Okay, in the portfolio, let's talk about position size initial. Position size initial in the portfolio money management overrides everything in the strategy. It's important to understand this. Let's take a visual of this. This is our portfolio. As you can see, position size initial. Now, this could be the number of shares for an ETF or the number of contracts for futures. I have it set at 50 in this particular case. But notice if I go to the strategy level, double click that, open that format, and I scroll down in the strategy level that's in the portfolio, I have 144 shares. So even though the strategy says 144, whatever in the portfolio will override this 144 shares, and it'll be 50 instead. Now, there'll be instances where you may want to override what the portfolio is doing. In that particular case, you'll click on Position Size, Override Portfolio. And whatever you put in here will then override what's in the portfolio. But keep in mind, once that is done, some of the money management position sizing methods in the portfolio may not apply. So that's the disadvantage when you override. But keep that in mind. Some instances it will need to be overridden based on the leverage of a particular contract, so your portfolio is not out of balance. But the ideal is to try to keep it all uniform the best you can, and I recommend not really using that unless absolutely necessary, because causing conflict in some of the money management configurations and algorithms and coding in the portfolio may not be working as the others would be. That being said, let's just take a look to give an example of what it would look like. We're going to update this, and let's download the portfolio. Right now we have 3 strategies. I just took 3 random strategies, and I believe I put some money management on the strategies. It would only take a trade after 2 losses. Once we had 2 losses in the strategy, it would then take it. Just to show you that different money management configurations in the strategies can be used, and then you can use an additional level of money management in the portfolio. So if we look at the final trade by trade, you can see in the portfolio we have the different strategies are named as they take place in the portfolio, and you can see here 50 shares. It override what was inside the strategy. If I want to go back to the portfolio and change what the strategies are producing, I can click that back to 144. I go OK. I do back test and let that download, and you will see that the portfolio will now be trading a base position of 144 shares, in this particular case of the SPY ETF in the S&P 500. Okay, as that finishes downloading, we want to look at the trade by trade analysis, and you see we're back to 144 shares.